Welcome back to class, dear students. In this lesson, I will be focusing majorly on best practices in CSS or CSS best practices. What are those things? All through the course lessons, I've been telling you things you should do, things you should avoid, and things like that. So we just wrap it up as well and see how this could be done. Here, let's look at the best practices. So in this lesson, we'll focus on the meticulous sort of CSS best practice and the sophistication of responsive web design. As the digital landscape evolves, so too must our approach to crafting user interfaces, particularly in dynamic era of Web3 front-end development. So a lot of things is changing, like I've told you, from HTML5 changing the game for HTML to CSS3 changing the game for CSS. So front-end web development has not remained the same. For decades, things keep changing and getting better. So also your design you have to be open, you have to keep learning. So implementing the best practices. So what's CSS best practice? Best practices in CSS are guidelines that help you write CSS that is maintainable and scalable. So that means it can scale to handle more robust projects. You understand? And at the same time, it's easier to maintain for you, your team, or other developer that may want to work on the project later, especially when it's not even open source. The others may want to maybe fork it and use it as a base or in connection to their project. So they include organization techniques such as comment. As simple as that is, the more commented, explained your code is, the better for people that want to maintain, work on it, collaborate, we understand it. So maintaining a logical order. Don't jump things all around. Try to make things orderly as much as you can. Then utilizing CSS variable for color scheme and font stack. So CSS variable is thin. We didn't really discuss in this lesson because I told you there are a lot of things. That's why I put those resources. Those essential ones. CSS variable are more useful for color and fonts. So, and you will see the example of its usage. Then you can request from the AI as well to give you just a brief more about it. So, responsive web design strategy. Responsive web design is not just about adjusting screen resolution and automatically resizable images, but rather about a whole new way of thinking about design. CS3 offers a suite of tools including Flexbox, we've discussed, grid layout, and media queries that aid in crafting designs that respond to users' behavior and environment, like animation, like the touch, its splash, you understand, things like that. So making things more engaging. So you must always keep that in mind. So let's try, I now try to okay, this existing code we have, HTML, we have here. So I just say, okay, I send the following prompt to AI, which is DPU Web3 Dev GPT. That's a GPT I customized to help you and Web3 developers better. So it's more tailored for Web3 development. So if you go through the previous lesson before this, you should have access to it. If not, you can just click it, take you through to the so you can see it somewhere, and this is it here, customized for Web3, built by me, free and integrated with ChatGPT. So if you click and go to it, it will go to, so I just take that something we got inside the ChatGPT, I just copy it, and then it came up with solution for me. Here we go, you can see it, and it's part in Web3 development, active learning, and dProgramming. So you can, I just copy pasted this You see, I send the following prompt to read, to readjust to align with the CSS best practices discussed in this lesson. So if you click, you see with this prompt, based on the current lesson below, adjust the CSS. Then I gave it all the previous code, which is this one's here. And then it was able to adjust this, observing the something got below code, which it says I should use to enhance this is the CSS. So at the end of the day, it's like I literally got this. It's just an adjustment to what we've got before. Let's see side by side. So you see it now. So this got, I think, more arranged better or something. So that's how it, you see that the color aren't changing, so I don't really need color swapping all the time based on screen size. So, but really want this to adjust, and so you can see it now. The design are responding. You work on a lot of all these that are just basically there to help you. Then the HTML, let me see if anything changed. So we've got it. That's how I was able to use the AI to make sure. So these are things you can do as well. Like, okay, I have this CSS or this something. Can you adjust it to make sure it has the best practices, like comment where it ought to have? You understand? It's like production ready comment. Then other things like how those things are used, like the animation, transition, the media query, and a lot flexbox, and are they used rightly? So all those things the AI tools can help you check and guide you and give you tips to adjust on your design. So that's it. You have transferred the essential of best practices and responsive web design. Your journey has not just been about learning, to code, but adopting methodologies that facilitate the creation of scalable and maintainable style sheets. So as you incorporate this practice into the token minter dApp, you lay a foundation for professional web development that will serve you throughout your career in Web3 front-end development and beyond. So like as usual, you can learn more from these resources. They need support for this specific lesson. Please use comment. For each has their own option for comment. Don't comment, have issue here, don't come and comment here. Ask it here right away. Yeah. So that's just it for this lesson, and hope to see you write your code with best practices in mind. And especially learning best practices is so important, because when you are dealing with blockchain, dealing with money, dealing with crypto and all those things, you don't want to mess users' fund and things like that. So that's just it. Thank you. I remain Solomon Foske of the Programming University. Keep the program sweet and alive. And please always do good to humanity and nature with your knowledge, to your programming skill, and not evil, to make the world a better place for us all. Peace and bye.